right, that new game smells wearing off. Let's just get down to business.
Violet.
Spectrum makes you smile, yeah.
Drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it down. Pick it up, tip it up, plug it down. It's Fizzos, Fizzos. We love Fizzos, Fizzos Spectrum Vodka. You crave more colors through the gauntlet down.
Now Spectrum Vodka comes in brown.
All the colors, don't overthink it.
Tip it back and drink it.
Drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it down. Pick it up, tip it up, glug it down. It's Fizzos, Fizzos. We love Fizzos, Fizzos Spectrum Vodka. Drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it down.
Pick it up, tip it up, plug it down.
It's Fizzos, Fizzos. We love Fizzos, Fizzos Spectrum Vodka. It's Fizzos, Fizzos. We love Fizzos.
And now it's available in mysterious murky brown.
Fizzos Spectrum Vodka.
On this episode of Big Game Hunter, we take you to the ice moon of Cloister.
I'm Pierce Huntley, VP of Xenobiological Exploitation. For the past fiscal year, I've been on a profit safari across the Arcadia system, helping everyone from lower management to members of the board tap into each planet's zoological equity. Every episode, I focus on a different species to tell you the risks. Watch out for its tusks! The rewards. Now this is top-shelf mantipillar secretion, and what each animal brings to the table. Auntie Cleo says the universe is full of things that want to kill you, but what doesn't kill you boosts your net worth. This is Big Game Hunter. Brought to you by Auntie's Choice Immunosol, the right multi-spectrum antibiotics for wildlife interactions gone wrong. I'm freezing my assets off on Cloister, a law-forsaken snowball orbiting Elysium. Everyone knows Cloister's home to the computronic powerhouse known as the Archive. But that ain't the only profit driver here. There, beyond that crevasse, a herd of ursopods. Their hides, heads, and claws are as tough as the tundra. Cautious but feisty.
Auntie's Choice and the Protectorate got a difference in opinion. The Protectorate believe they can't be bloodied. We think otherwise. Got something that needs doing, Commander? How personal are we talking?
Ursopods are resistant to the
Couldn't say. I was in it all of 2 days before my graft started festering. Before that, I was an infantry medic. Our platoon was one of the first to touch down in Arcadia. I would have continued serving on the front line in an upgraded capacity, but, well, once the state of my graft became apparent, it was decided that parting ways would be best. Oh, they only officially discharge you if you say, killed a fellow trooper on purpose, or gave someone a screaming deal on triptease. I was quietly reassigned to the menial troubleshooter contract status, which had me running all sorts of mind-numbing jobs across the island. Thrilling, I know.
Sell it for scrap or break it down for biomass. Do not eat it. That should go without saying.
We're among the most valuable targets on the battlefield. If we go down, our entire platoon's at risk. But boosting our constitution, making us stronger, making the enemies soil themselves at the thought of enraging us, there's a lot to be gained there.
Anti-Bizzo's number. Until then, bottoms up to your bottom line.
Could be, but I'm sure they crunched the numbers extra hard to determine if it was worth the risk. Wouldn't want to throw all that funding away.
Assuming you have taste, you surely will as well.
Yeah, or that. Look, I knew dismissal was a possibility when I volunteered for the procedure. A successful graft is a boon, a failed one is a colossal liability. I'm a walking lesson in breakage. Oh, that information is outside my purview. I miss my platoon. Most of the time. I hope they're holding on okay wherever they are. Huh. If nothing else, they'll have Ortiz to keep up morale. I know the nonstop jokes from that bastard sustained me for weeks. Yeah, he's tough. He'll be all right. Of course I do. Can't help but wonder if I'm missed in return. Anyhow, I would rather return to the matter at hand. No use dwelling on those out of sight and out of mind. Right. Like ain't the word I'd use, even before I was itching to tear up my contract and set it aflame. Auntie gave me autonomy, gave me the choice to do more than just struggle to survive. They treated me better than my last employers did, and despite recent events, I believe in their mission. We can give folk here in Arcadia a better life. Of course. I mean, obviously procuring resources and bolstering their influence are pluses, but there are easier ways to get those than liberating a colony. You can think what you like, but my focus is on the people. I want to do for them what Auntie's Choice did for me. They ain't perfect, but they're a damn sight better than the competition. I ain't the only one who welcomed the chance to enlist with open arms, I'll tell you that. The same could happen here. Of course, going from a life lived in squalor to one that rewards you on merit, it would send anyone's mind spinning. Now, do I got qualms with Auntie? Sure. But I'll tell you what, when she overthrew those Spacer's Choice bastards in Tau Ceti, my home system, that takeover was the best thing that ever happened to us, even if it took time to see it. But I reckon that's a tale for another day. That all you wanted to discuss, or?
The following is a special selection from Auntie the Musical, the all-singing dramatization of Auntie's inspirational origins.
The other day, I stumbled into the right wrong left on the ACS Undisputed Claim. And who did I see riding with me? The self-made market legend herself.
When might I begin laboring for Auntie? I so eagerly want to contribute to the corporate whole.
I saw my opportunity and I took it. I said, Auntie, a moment ago.
Ask them defectors if they miss anything about Protectorate life.
10 bits, they said community.
Yep, community.
So all full of confidence, I asked her, how do I find success in Auntie's choice? And this is what she said to me.
The old corporate thinking will only leave you sinking. Listen, child, and take it straight from me. This term, self-betterment, makes you 110% everything you'd ever hoped to be.
She said, be the you that you would be if you were any better. Get some get up and go. You get up and go get her. Choose betterments or impediments. Improve yourself, enhance the whole.
We're closed.
Monopolize for price, control is our highest goal.
We've got an improved outlook, a revolutionary corporate guidebook, with a fresh new can't-lose surefire sales pitch. Now our underlings are grinning, and upper rungers are winning. So shortly, you and I will all get rich.
She said, persuade them that a better me liberates society. Sell them on an improved me. It's tantamount to piety. Choose betterment or impediment. Improve yourself, enhance the whole. Get that raise and that's your role and ignore all told. Monopolize for
Did you not hear me? This place is closed. No learning today about how everything happens according to the obscure calculus of an indecipherable plan. Why are you asking? Who are you?
The people she tried to kill.
By the architect. I had no idea. I wish I could say it was unbelievable. I was afraid she was becoming a danger to herself and to others. But this is horrifying.
Yeah, imagine how we feel. Why don't you tell us where she is so we can make sure she ain't being a danger to herself or others?
So be a cutthroat.
And how are you going to do that?
That ain't something you ought to be concerning yourself about.
If you think I'm going to help you do what I think you're talking about, you are deluded. It is of no matter, regardless. I do not know where she is. I haven't seen her since before the corporatists invaded the island. I'm afraid she's going to do something terrible, but I just don't know what. Maybe none of this would have happened had I not introduced her to Victor.
My corporate seal had been revived. Soon enough, the lift arrived. Our time had come to an end.
How did... You saw her terminal, didn't you? Victor's an Order archivist. We were all friends for a time. But then, shortly before the schism, they started talking to some others inside the Order. That's when things became tense. I started to become uneasy, scared, really. She kept getting angrier with the Order the more she worked with Victor and her other contacts. On top of everything else, it became just too much for me.
All Auntie's Choice employees, we're receiving word of a mishap at the Audacious Advances Research Lab. An unfortunate leak with an experimental agent. Supervisor Omid Orn.
Among other things. For some reason, she was obsessed with the cliffhanger ending of Chapter 6. It was the one where capitalist fanatics brought complete destruction upon Arcadia. But you know how it works. It was somehow miraculously saved at the beginning of the next chapter. Didn't matter to DeVries, though. She just kept going over it and over it. Would have talked to a Crabble about it if there was no one else to listen. That and the invasion itself set her mind to dark things. I begged her not to go down that road again. She was so agitated when I first met her. Must have been 7, going on 8 years ago now. She never slept, didn't talk to anyone if she could avoid it. After we became friends, she began to change. Still bothered her from time to time, but I thought it mostly behind her. I couldn't watch her go back to how she'd been. Or worse. We became friends when she... well, she saved me. I'd said something without thinking. Must have been distracted. We all know to watch every last word we say. For some reason, she interceded on my behalf with an arbiter. And she convinced him he didn't hear what he actually did. No one does that. Void, I didn't think anyone could. We all were, originally, before the schism. But she never gave it up, even when it became illegal to even mention their name. Which was surprising with how angry she seemed to be getting with them, even as she was deep into scheming with Victor and the others. She even continued to sign her messages, "See you in the equation." It's all so confusing. What do you mean? It was where she worked, one of the Protectorate's communications hubs. She didn't speak of it much. At least to me. She may have spoken to Victor about it. No. But it had to be someone's fault, right? The Protectorate couldn't possibly have failed to safeguard the colony. And they had to answer the accusations the Order leveled at them.
She ain't the only one.
It's difficult to explain. She spoke about things in unfamiliar ways. I felt her words to be freeing, at first. But slowly, I began to feel unmoored, doubting everything I ever knew. She said learning the truth of things was worth it. But now I question whether her truth was just more of her penchant to sow chaos, no matter who may be caught in her schemes. Some days I wish I'd never listened to her at all. Others, I can't help but miss her. Even with everything.
Know a little something about that, too.
I did try to. Once. After the corporatists invaded Paradise Island and took over Fairfield. They seemed to let anyone in there. Some boisterous fellow even tried to recruit me.
She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's choice.
Amplified across the rings of Elysium.
Yes, and I am shamed to admit it. Though if she hadn't wanted me to, she wouldn't have told me the code. Same one she used for everything. 15-778.
That sounds like it could be her agent identification code, Commander.
She said it had some meaning from her previous life. I'd hoped she'd left something for me, but the safe was empty.
Her hair looks real, like a real hairdo. I love Auntie, so do you. Let's buy Sister Bit.
I know I've no right to ask this of you, but when you find her, please remind her of who she used to be. She's unwell, but I know there's still hope for her.
My favorites, though admittedly I'm far from discerning.
Sit tight with sweet dreams. You're gonna be unconscious via any means.
That's all I can ask.
Grab a pill, it's easy. But we probably ought to tell you there's a side element or two.
apoplexy, whooping fits, childhood gout, adult rickets, dysentery, swings of mood, bloody flux, decrepitude, night terrors, mania, day terrors, melancholy.
Sleep tight with sweet dreams. You're gonna be unconscious via any means. You wanna be so sleepy, just grab a pill, it's easy. One more interlude, additional ailments include.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Night sweat, flatulation, lumbago, mild, general malaise, imbalanced humors, dyspepsia. Oh, and one thing. Insomnia.
Yeah.
First promotion accelerating activities done, and we've already got dropouts. Doozy of a drop, too. Can't believe Ormsby pegs these people as executive material. Me, sure. Them? Huh.
We can hear you.
Hush, Cobb. Today's task was about upward mobility. 3 died hanging the ropes. Told them they were doing it wrong. Dead include Assistant Hagen and other slackwits.
Take it up with the head office.
Like you care. You didn't even participate.
I told you, I got a cute lumbago.
Time to break camp for the next skill-building exercise, which I will surely dominate. This is Sanitation Specialist.
You'd make a great lower
Soon
manager.
to be VP of something big, signing off.
Spare me your sales pitch.
Next up, the real reason wireless-free Arcadia exists. Advertising. The stamen of a typical Arcadian Titan flower, or Colossicus arum, is responsible for dumping several pounds of dander into the local atmosphere each pollination cycle. Multiply that by the
Enter elsewhere.
settlements and the many other flowering megaflora native to the colony, and you have a recipe for gunky eye, goop lung, post-nasal flooding, and worse. Unless you've stockpiled Falderall's mollifying demulcent. An easeful release from Arcadian allergens of all kinds. Use Falderall's mollifying demulcent and breathe easy once again. Falderall, the most trusted name in exo-anti-allergenics.
Yes, well, enough of that, I suppose.
This one goes out to all those aspiring to climb the rungs of their department. May you ascend swiftly, through talent or gut.
I'm looking for a meal that doesn't leave me feeling hollow. Don't want to do no cooking, all I want to do is swallow. Hey, here's a fancy can. Wow, it's a real beauty. Let's see what's inside and get back to our duty. Borstwurst, oh Borstwurst, it's not the worst unless it's Borstwurst, Borstwurst, oh
Ooh,
Borstwurst.
peptic ulcers are barking today.
Tongues to sweetmeats, lungs to hearts. They use all the tastiest parts. Ears to hocks and rears to tits. Efficient meals means we make more bits. Borstwurst, oh Borstwurst, it's not the worst unless it's Borstwurst, Borstwurst, oh Borstwurst. Grab a can today.
another rift. Rather not get up close and personal like, if it's all the same to you.
Smoke in our gums with a proprietary whisker extraction. Pulverized bones means no tooth cracking crunch. We gobble it down and get back to the action.
Local Arcadian Titan flower, or Colossicus arum, is responsible for dumping several pounds of dander into the local atmosphere each pollination cycle. Multiply that by the dozens surrounding most settlements and the many other flowering megaflora native to the colony, and you have a recipe for gunky eye, goop lung, post-nasal flooding, and worse. Unless you've stockpiled Falderall's mollifying demulcent. An easeful release from Arcadian allergens of all kinds. Use Falderall's mollifying demulcent and breathe easy once again. Falderall, the most trusted name in exo-anti-allergenics. Right. Moving on. This is for anyone out there who just lost out on a big promotion. Keep your chin up. Next time.
Ba-do-wa-do-wa-do-bop. The flavor that lasts and the taste you can't top. From that first smooth inhale to the very last. Try bubblegum slims. Try bubblegum slims. Rich tobacco, sweet at the end. What more could you want? A smoky, sugary blend. Try bubblegum slims. Try bubblegum slims.
It's the long slim smoke with the bubblegum filter. It's two treats in one. A double thriller. So make your mouth happy while your satisfaction doubles. No boring old smoke rings. You'll be blowing smoke bubbles. Ba-do-bop.
At home or at work, by the pack or the case.
It's the bubbly perk that will pick up your pace.
It's bubblegum slims. Try bubblegum slims today. Ba-do-wop, ba-yada-bop, ba-do-bop, do-wop.
These soldiers seem twitchy to you? Might want to sneak our way in.
Ba-do-ba-do-ba-do-wop, do-bop, bop, 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 do-do-do-ba-do-ya, bop-ba-do-ba-do-wop, bop-ba-do-wop, bop, ba-do-wop, bop, ba-do-wop, 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 do-wop. Oh, bubblegum, 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 bubblegum.
Rich tobacco, sweet at the end. What more could you want? A smoky, sugary blend.
Try bubblegum slims, try bubblegum slims.
It's the long slim smoke with the bubblegum filter. It's two treats in one. A double thriller. So make your mouth happy while your satisfaction doubles.
Satisfaction doubles. Instead of boring old smoke rings, ooh, you'll be blowing smoke bubbles, blowing smoke bubbles. Ba-do-wop. For flavor that lasts and a taste you can't top.
From that first smooth inhale
To the very last. Try bubblegum slims. Bubblegum slims, oh bubblegum slims. It's filled with flavor. Bubblegum slims, try slims. Today
won't stop till the very last.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Auntie's Choice Chum Bar is a delicious new food-adjacent snack from the maker of meaty roll-ups and spectrum leavings.
The Chum Bar is made from the finest coagulated slurry of both animal and vegetable byproducts.
including but not limited to borscht entrails, sprat organs, salt tuna skin, nanner peels, and tobaccorn husks for the perfect combination of crunchy and chewy.
Try it today.
And buy an extra bar to share with a chum.
Yes, well, enough of that, I suppose.
Next up, something reasonably peppy. Please consult your employee handbook to determine if dancing is presently allowed.
There was a lonesome boy with a hapless frown, whose luck spun around when Nancy came to town. A marketeer who spotted kid with nothing to lose. Offered the boy a deal that he couldn't refuse. Yes, Auntie welcomes you with arms open wide, and all you gotta do is sign the dotted line. The boy signed up and didn't hesitate. Anything to rid him of his papa's fate. The marketeer said, okay, we'll start right away. The first trick of the trade, and no one getting your way. No rules, no oversight, no ethics to abide. The only thing that matters is the bottom line. You buy low, you sell high, you profit more. You cut the cost, you raise your prices, profit soar. The joy of laissez-faire. Oh, you know it well. Make an auntie proud. Well, wouldn't that be swell? Blow cat blow. He was hot, and word you better say it was a trial by fire, was a natural. And he quickly learned to make a red hot deal without getting burned. He was unscrupulous, and he sweetly rose. When you do your business, later than anything goes.
Ready to wait on your command. I'm the one you need to worry about.
Wouldn't that be swell? Come on, cats, let's go! The perfect poster boy. Oh, can't you see? Yes, he's a tribute to Auntie's family. I never worked for him, then it can work for you. You could be the next Auntie's clever nephew. You buy low, you sell high, you profit more. You cut the cost. Oh, you know it. Well, wouldn't that be swell? Come on, cats, let's go one more time. Oh, let's go. Swing it now. Oh, yeah. That's the ticket. You buy low, you sell.
Armed. Give the word in. I'll take care of him, Commander.
Oh, proud, well, wouldn't that be swell? We make an auntie proud, well, wouldn't that be swell?
You're listening to Wireless Free Arcadia for music, entertainment, and the latest from the front lines. Sponsored by Auntie's Choice, improving lives through unfettered free trade and unbridled self-betterment. This just in, a field report from the Office of Competitive Analysis and Monitoring. Ooh, this sounds important. Better pay heed. Threat assessors have adjusted their risk tables for the Arbiter Training Facility, jewel of the Protectorate's military portfolio, northeast of the landing pad near Broken Spire. Although only a skeleton crew remains, the facility's auto-mechanical defenses remain operational and quite lethal. Approach at your own risk, and only if your supervisor can readily replace you upon your likely demise. Well, you heard it here. Best of luck to anyone hull-headed enough to poke around that place. Now, on to other things. Now, here's a song to take your mind off your worries. Unless you're being hunted by a pack of raptidons or some such.
The following is a special selection from Auntie the Musical, the all-singing dramatization of Auntie's inspirational origins.
The other day, I stumbled into the right-wrong list on the ACS Undisputed Claim. And who did I see right with me? The self-made market legend herself. Paragon of do-it-yourself. Slayer of unlucrative bureaucracy. Highest rung on our brave new meritocracy. I saw my opportunity, and I took it. I said, Auntie, a moment of your time. Have you any tips for a bottom runger who's lost on the climb? See, I tried my best to urge her, because I rose before the merger with Spacer's Choice. So all full of confidence, I asked her, how do I find success in Auntie's Choice? And this is what she said to me.
The old corporate thinking will only leave you sinking. And listen, child, and take it straight from me. This term, self-betterment, makes you 110% everything you'd ever hope to be.
She said, be the you that you would be if you were any better. Get some get up and go. You get up and go get her. Choose impediments or impediments. Improve yourself, enhance the whole. Get that raise, advance your role and ignore all told. Monopolize for price, that's our highest goal.
We've got an improved outlook, a revolutionary corporate guidebook with a fresh new can't-lose surefire sales pitch. Now our underlings are grinning and upper rungers are winning. So shortly you and I will all get rich.
She said, persuade them that a better me liberates society. Sell them on an improved me. It's tantamount to piety. Choose betterment or impediment. Improve yourself, enhance the whole. Get that raise, advance your role and ignore all told. Monopolize for price control, that's our highest goal. Pitch them all moral graves, make them buy our corporate ways. Convince them and increase your sway. Make them do what we say. I saw time for one more lesson, so I shot her one last question. I said, but I worry about reprisals when dealing with my rivals. Suppose I can't outdo or outthink the vast herds. She said,
If all they're playing checkers, you're playing chess. They think you'll retreat, but that's when you press. The game is cutthroat, so be a cutthroat.
Sit or sprint? Typical predicament for an anti-bottom runger like me. Wish I never snuck in here to begin with. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Nah, it was a great idea. So much stuff for the taking around here. Another load of loot. Plenty to get me back in the sprag race.
This looks like the place.
Just didn't account for all these
I've felt this
crabbles.
high-strung since
Real
Horizon
fly
Point.
in the old ointment. I could just sit tight, live lean off all these supplies, the crabble skedaddle, or maybe I'll... the door and bolt. Seems like a good idea.
Howdy, Zeb. You look...
Nah, it's a great idea.
Wow.
Soon enough, the lift arrived. Our time had come to an end. Auntie quickly penned an invoice for her time, and smiling, she said,
Has my mind been set upon by shadows? I thought you dead.
Can't imagine why you think that. I've only been gone 4 years.
Oh, back from your little saunter then, are you? Head all cleared? I must say you took quite the perambulation. I hope you didn't wear out your rotation adapters.
Now with 110% more music, entertainment, news, and product placement.
Zeb, this is the commander I told you about. One in charge of the Horizon Point mission.
Ah, yes. The same commander who nobly ordered you to leave your colleague to perish under rubble.
P&L report for the previous Saturday, we inadvertently misquoted a junior VP of conveyor sprocket lubrication and maintenance, blaming a belt drive starboard wing factory mishap for a 2% drop in daily space rivet production.
No. I only dealt with the bloody aftermath. So, you are keeping company these days. Just not mine.
Report on the new Sprats Up condiment substitute currently rolling out in test markets claimed the product has a might tangy 110% real Sprat flavor. Correction, Sprats Up actually contains real...
Hang fire, Commander. Look, I'm not just here to gas you up with empty apologies. I want to set things right between us.
Oh, now you want to help. Where were you when the war happened? Or when I was being carted off to mental refreshment? Where were you when I actually needed you?
This one reminds me of the morning we drove the Protectorate from Fairfield. A good day for personal freedom and fair...
I know I let you down before, but give me a chance to earn back your trust. There must be something I can lend you a hand with. I know you haven't given up the fight.
I haven't the time to patch your bleeding conscience, Niles. I'm in a situation that demands my full attention.
It's Baines. My team's been caught. Pharaoh and March are dead. Protectorate are holding the rest for interrogation. A ship is inbound to take us off-world, to the consul himself. I barely managed to evade capture. Damn it! It looks like the data went through, but there's something wrong with the connection. The cipher isn't transmitting...
Found her! You there! Step away from that terminal at once!
Audra! Fuck! It's all coming apart.
I knew something was wrong. What have you gotten yourself into here, Zeb?
That was one of my operatives. I organized a mission to infiltrate the Vox to acquire valuable intelligence. But obviously, something's gone wrong. Without that cipher, the intelligence is worthless. But I'm more concerned about my people at the moment. If you're sincere in your desire to help, prove it. Rescue my friends before that ship departs with them on board. Please. It has to do with the location of a vault rumored to house the Protectorate's greatest technological advancements, including its skip drive designs. That's all I'll say for now.
I am, without question.
Okay. If they're sending a ship, that means my people are being held on the Vox's landing pad. Use my call sign so they'll know you for an ally. I'm certain Niles remembers it. And do exercise discretion, as well as caution. The guards at the Vox won't hesitate to fire upon you, should you be discovered.
Not to worry. This is exactly the sort of thing we're trained to handle.
Yes, but the uniform doesn't stop bullets, as I'm sure you recall.
Good thing we know a doctor then.
I'll answer what I can. If you must know, it was my sister. A neighbor reported her for some misconduct and she was taken to be refreshed. I never heard what her alleged crime was meant to be. The woman who returned was nigh unrecognizable. The injustice of it rattled me. And once I began to look into what had happened, the more discomfort I felt. Then I met Niles. He told me the truth about other colonies. Made Arcadia feel so small, claustrophobic, repressive. and my smoldering resentments became a full conflagration. Stop there. I know what you would ask, but I've done my best to put that unpleasant experience behind me. Please respect my wish to avoid reopening closed wounds. The Crabbles? They keep people away who might otherwise stumble into my operation here. I feel kindly toward them. Ah, of course. Hogarth and his unfortunate charges would be top of mind if you've explored the nearby settlement. I sympathize with the plight of those in Westport. They want nothing to do with me, of course, or anyone outside the Sovereign's grace, which has been to my benefit. I do believe that one day, the truth of the Protector's iniquity will be too obvious to ignore. But for now, not even a crowbar could pry open all those shut eyes.
And the zero-G shooters, just quality cleaving from huck-off to the closing steam whistle. And that 20-back tackle pileup on the tender in the mid-court restricted zone. Oh, I was on the edge of my luxury Sisty-Hide spectation lounger. Not to mention the concession sales, invasive marketing hucked out of the arena with their official Auntie's Choice branded Sprat Crisp penalty buckets. Oh, but I digress. Just as in Tossball, we all need to put on our winger face. Go the extra even zone. This
Do you always put your hands on other people's things?
to get humped in the Wednesday zone, although it is that too. Sometimes you can't score a body goal without an offsides huck. Play by the rules or play to win. You can't do both. Feeling motivated? Certainly you are. Now, step up to the line of scrummage and let's bludgeon the competition. See you at center field.
Okay, back to business. This one goes out to all those aspiring to climb the rungs of their department. May you ascend swiftly, through talent or guile.
Drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it down. Pick it up, tip it up, plug it down. It's Fizzo, Fizzo, we love Fizzo, Fizzo, Spectrum Vodka. Red and green and black and blue. Milky white and orange.
Liquidate 'em!
Commander.
Yeah. You fade more colors through the gauntlet down. Now spectrum comes around. All the colors, don't overthink it. Tip it back and drink it. Drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it down. Pick it up, tip it up, plug it down. It's Fizzo, Fizzo, we love Fizzo, Fizzo, Spectrum Vodka. Spectrum vodka. It's Fizzos, Fizzos, we love Fizzos.
And now it's available in mysterious murky brown.
Fizzos, Spectrum vodka.
That last selection has been scientifically proven to increase productivity, improve morale, and soothe all manner of mental malady in the listening workforce. At least in the lab. Not responsible for night sweats, abnormal bone growth, or prolonged glossolalia. Thank you so much for tuning in to the one wireless station in Arcadia that doesn't tell you what to think, only what to buy.
Trust the plan, preserve said progress, sustain the system. Do you think our enemies envy our prosperity all the time, or just when it comes out? Here's a fancy can. Wow, it's a real beauty. Let's see what's inside and get back to our duty.
My body is covered in burns acquired in battle during the attack.
Well, it's infected. Meds don't arrive soon.
Prudence dictates we maintain sufficient.
You locked in here under your own steam and appear reasonably free of cuts, burns, or weeping lesions. So, I assume you're presently devoid of mortiferous injuries. Good. Because we've got more of that than we can handle. Don't suppose you have any medical supplies to spare, do you? That you might kindly consider donating? Oh, no thank you. Not looking for anything that does more harm than good. I have enough ailments to manage already. From what I've heard about Auntie's medicaments, might poison a patient or cause them to grow an extra head or something. Never know what they're testing out on you.
My extra parts aren't side effects. That's your implication. And anyhow, I should think some minor side effects would be preferable to dying.
Oh, howdy. Didn't see you there. You caught us taking 5 between our
Well, fear I've little time for idle chatter. If you'll excuse me, others do need my attention.
To relight our thrusters. We don't waste
Word on the wireless is that Auntie's choice is years behind us sociologically. So they've started the war to grab any part of the paradigm that they can.
That's right. Nothing like an instant, soft serving of feral pork paste to boost productivity to full burn in those small hours. All right, enough yapping. Time is bits. Back to the factory floor. From snout to tail, it's all included. It ain't the worst till it's extruded. From factory vats into my tummy. Who knew wheat could taste so
Stranger?
Borstwurst, oh Borstwurst, it's not the worst unless it's...
Conversation is not possible at this or any time.
Grab a can today. Don't be a shirker, don't be a slob. Grab a can and get back on the job. Borstwurst, it's not the worst unless it's Borstwurst.
Run, don't walk.
Of course, it's part of the Sovereign's plan. He floods our houses, which makes more habitat for fish, which offers us more to eat, which gives us the strength to build new houses.
But then, how do I cook from the maker of meaty roll-ups and Spectrum leavings?
The Chum Bar is made from the finest coagulated slurry of both animal and vegetable byproducts.
Including but not limited to Borst entrails, sprat organs,
You've returned.
salt tuna skin, nanner peels, and tobacco and husks for the perfect combination of crunchy and chewy.
Try it today.
And
Greetings.
to share with a chum.
It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Westport, once a shining testament to protectorate excellence. Now, a picturesque example of the evils of corporatism. But where are my manners? We do not have much, but please, let me offer you some victuals. Tut. I insist. Serving Unit 1. Something for the visitor at once?
Confirmative.
Perhaps you're wondering why I'd open my arms thusly for a stranger. Simple. As the guiding light for humankind, we always put our best foot forward, regardless of circumstance.
Subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Our society was built from the bedrock up through the vision of our matriarch. Due to her genius, the structure of our society is perfect, planned down to the last subject. We all work as a unified whole for the betterment of all. Unlike those corporate colonies, where it's every person for themselves.
Working with and through the Sovereign, devised the paradigm, a meticulously designed marvel where, if each of us does our part, produces glorious bounty for all.
Personal freedom is just another way to encourage selfish consumerism. Why, we've even eradicated manual labor through our perfection of auto mechanicals. Can aunties claim such? That brings me to a matter I'd like to discuss with you, actually. I believe something still can be done. This town can be saved, its people given a reprieve. Were we to acquire the one thing vital to our existence, auto mech parts. What?
Comestibles served.
We of the Protectorate pride ourselves on our mech programming. Among the vigilant, it is even considered something of a sport. We are not miracle workers, however. Without parts to work with, we've no hope of remaking our mechs to do tasks beyond their initial functions. We need repair mechs, domestic mechs, not combat ones. Serving Unit 1 here is about as much as can be accomplished without replacement parts.
It's not just a good idea, it's the law. Under Protectorate law, we are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality. Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficient...
Oh, you failed to hear the loudspeakers on the way in? The announcement we're obliged to repeat incessantly. Well, allow me to paraphrase. Protectorate law finds us guilty of treason on account of letting Westport fall prey to Auntie's choice saboteurs.
Disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Well, obviously, we've forsaken our duties as members of the Protectorate. It is incumbent upon us to fight to the death, yet we still live, as does our enemy. Now, either the Arbiters arrive to execute us, or this place falls under the vapid boot heel of Auntie's choice. No matter who wins, we cannot sustain ourselves here for long.
Depletion of resources and lack of community led to terrible suffering.
My linguistic embellishments are somewhat beside the point. This here's a matter of accountability. Responsibility was mine. Disgrace and judgment should be mine solely as well. My intention is to absolve my subjects of any and all such blame. I owe it to every single person here to try.
Work isn't strenuous or stressful. Food is nutritious and plentiful. We have everything we need. Prudence dictates we take a moment to rightly appreciate it all and thank the Sovereign.
Of course. Abandon every last ideal to climb the rungs of the corporate ladder. A trifling matter to be executed with an insouciant air.
Well, it's either that or die here with all dignity tossed asunder. Be smart. Take the deal.
Nobody needs go anywhere. Not when we can still save Westport. We of the Protectorate endure as one, regardless of any hardships we must face. I have the aid of key pillars of our community. Several persons of note and good character who stand with and by me. And our town still functions. Our automechs are still running, mostly. We have a generator to power them, fresh water, the reassuring voice of everyone's neighbor Prudence wafts from our loudspeakers.
I consider this song a meticulously designed marvel where, if each of us does our part, produces glorious bounty for all. Naturally, sometimes challenges do arise. We all know how invasive...
Oh, I thought you weren't interested. Well, I suppose I have little choice in the matter, circumstances being what they are. Now look, if I can return the settlement to a reasonable facsimile of its previous glory, sufficiently functioning by employing mechs reprogrammed to repair and rebuild, the arbiters might see fit to penalize only me, commute the others' sentences, allow them to maintain things around here in the spirit of continuity and such.
Same as ever. But prudence dictates we give it a little extra added zeal for now, just to offset...
Hence my use of the term reasonable facsimile. It's a gamble, no arguing that. But anything else is simply giving up and waiting for the end.
Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
Under protectorate law, we are bound to inform you that you have entered...
What sort of payment do you seek? Don't imagine we have much you need.
are declared treasonous due to insufficient zeal in defense against seizure, sabotage...
Enough to lead and inspire those who work there, once at least. I was previously the ranking vigilant on this island. Why do you ask?
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Difficult place to saunter into. Station's off limits to anyone without the highest security clearance. For anyone lacking reason to be there, it's assured suicide. In exchange for the automech parts we need, I can provide you means to get inside. Never dream of such a proposal in days of reason and quietude. Yet such is the here and now we find ourselves in.
Ran rampant. Depletion of resources and lack of community led to terrible suffering. Poor dears didn't have the firm benevolent hand of the sovereign to guide them. Here on Eden, we all enjoy the full luxury the paradigm affords us. A perfect life of contentment and plenty.
Wonderful. My unavoidable march to the gallows feels lighter already. At least now my subjects will have a fleeting chance. The parts can be found at the Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center to the south. But do not, under any circumstances, tell those stationed there why you need them. To get inside, you will need an access pass from the Ministry of Accuracy. Since we have all been marked as traitors, I cannot create one for you here.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest...
Farewell now.
We must duty to the protectorate. We're all in this...
Next up, the real reason wireless-free Arcadia exists. Advertising. Our Iffy Jiffy mail order division informs it is now offering the Pharmacon 5 walk-in industrial macrowave. Originally developed for secretive research laboratories for purposes we may only guess at, the Pharmacon 5 is now available to you, the unremarkable everyday consumer. Step inside and let electromagnetic waves bathe over you, exciting your molecules and curing such ailments as dropsy, sciatica, narcolepsy, rickets, night sweats, and collectivism. Not recommended for longer than 1 second at a time. Not responsible for temporary or permanent damage to eyes, teeth, skin, or general lifespan. Ask your doctor if a walk-in industrial macrowave is right for you. Right. Moving on. Alrighty then, it's well past time for more merry melodies.
Purple Berry Crunch is crispy and sweet, perfect for breakfast or an afternoon treat.
Chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem.
Purple Crunch is crispy and sweet, perfect for breakfast or an afternoon treat. Straight from the box or eaten with lunch, there's always time for Purple Berry Crunch. Purple Berry Crunch, spelled with a K, because it is far more.
Careful, friend. Reckon there might be a few loose raptidons wandering around. Note that Auntie's Choice ain't liable for raptidon-based injuries when there's a war on.
That was a song the Sovereign doesn't want you to hear. Oh, say, I hope no members of the Protectorate are listening. Wouldn't want anyone dreaming of a life of self-fulfillment and self-determination. Did I mention I ate a full box of Purple Berry Crunch to celebrate my big new promotion? Yep, life here's tough. Sure wish my leaders spent their time dictating my every move. This one always makes me pretend I have the sun in my eyes.
Num rum, taste more and feel less. Num rum, no worries, no stress. Num rum, relax for success. Num rum, num rum, taste more and feel less. Num rum, no worries, no.
I don't even want to think about the damage those crabbles are gonna do to my machines.
They're crabbles. They ain't.
Peddle your wares elsewhere.
Mind your own business interests.
Num rum will help you.
Enter elsewhere.
Fade into the sunset. Num rum will help you forget. Work God, you better bet frenetic. You need a neck of anesthetic. Num rum, taste more and feel less. Num rum, no worries, no stress. Num rum, relax for success. Num.
You must help me. You must. My subordinates.
Like a workplace promotion, reassigned to a tropical moon when positions come open. So where it's safe to be barefoot in the sand, while holding a bottle of numb rum tied in your hand. Ain't life grand?
Hey, Commander. Could I have a word with you real quick? I hope you're not seriously considering helping the Protectorate here. I know these folks seem on the down and out, but we're as like to do more harm than good by siding with them. I'm not in favor of one party over the other. It just worries me that we might be involving ourselves in something we have no business in. Right. Okay. Well, if we do as Milver Street's asked and convert the populace to Auntie's choice, they're more likely to get the care they need and not be sentenced to death. Milver Street also promised us a way into the Vox. Oh, and a Ritzy hat. Man drives a hard bargain, if he can be trusted. Reviving Westport would anger some folks back in Fairfield, but there's no question the Vigilant could help us get into the Vox station a whole heck of a lot easier.
Arcadia, for merry melodies and prevailing conditions on the battlefield. Brought to you by Auntie's Choice, building a better Eden, where the skilled and imaginative may rise. Why settle when you can thrive? You may have heard that...
Your heart's rightly placed, Commander, but past experience has taught me that sometimes helping causes more harm than good. That's all I'm getting at.
Disease, predation, pestilence, and nasty little biting insects.
Guess it's south then.
Auntie knows best. Choose Auntie's Choice. Now upward and onward. I don't know about you, but I could use something a little more upbeat right about now. Like this.
Auntie's Choice and the Protectorate got a difference in opinion. The Protectorate believe they can't be bloodied. We think otherwise. Got something that needs doing, Commander?
That's tobacco. Taste this candy. That's tobacco. If you started young, it's twice the fun. That's tobacco. Love a candy. That's tobacco. If all that cops and bothers you, don't worry, you can chew it too. That's tobacco. Smoke our tobacco. It's what your friends all love to do. Behind your back, they make fun of you.
Who goes there? By orders of Marshal Donaldson, no one comes or goes to the Automech Repair Center without approval. What's your business here?
Now you've done it. Slowing down a ranking Protectorate official is worth 10, 20 demerits if you're lucky.
All right, let's not lose our heads over a simple misunderstanding. You're free to pass. Marshal Donaldson likes to greet new arrivals personally. We'll let him know you're inbound, so no one shoots on sight. Oh, and fair warning, watch out for xeranium gas. We sprung a leak. How observant of you. One more thing. Don't cause any trouble around these parts. Donaldson runs a tight ship and has zero tolerance for lawbreakers.
You want your candy. It's tobacco. Delicious candy. It's tobacco. Get your candy. That's tobacco. You want your candy. That's tobacco. Candy. Tobacco.
Now, a catchy pitch for Auntie's products you simply can't live without. Our Recreant Reclamation and Artificial Additives division has proudly announced its latest innovation. Slurry-Lose.
Outsider.
A flavorsome new artificial sweetener made from the reprocessed runoff of industrial facilities, chemical plants, slaughterhouses, and stockyards. Not only does it save the company a fortune, it's so unnaturally sweet, it's almost unbearable.
We believe so much in this delicious, cost-cutting measure, we're rushing it to market. Following a modicum of testing, Slurrylose will soon be found in all of our food products.
Auntie's Choice. We put the art in artificial.
All that matters is getting these Automex to the Vox relay station.
But Marshal, we must adhere to decontamination procedures.
Fine. Let us proceed.
Now for something a little different, tonally, if not thematically.
Spread crisp, go stuff some in your chewer. Who would guess that tasty flesh was found down in a sewer?
Might be wise to give that large gas cloud a wide berth. Don't think there's anything to gain by getting near it.
Spread crisp, you really gotta try 'em. We pluck a spread straight from a track, then smash 'em flat and fry 'em.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Commander, I think this stuff is eating my lungs from the inside.
Give me a sec. Almost done with this work list. Another sealant failure, amplifier requisition, and 2 more cases of Zeranium exposure. We're a mite bit busy these days.
Spread crisp, 1000% germ-free. 'Cause nothing survives when it's flash fried at 405 degrees.
I'm afraid so, and you were wise not to get involved. The Marshal is under a lot of pressure to deliver Automex to the Vox relay station, but I'm responsible for their quality control. If even a single Automex steps out of line, it will be the end of me. Brigadier Montelli does not accept excuses, and he does not tolerate failure. The Marshal is a good man, but he values speed while I value accuracy. Neither of us is wrong, but in this case, we both can't be right.
So grab a pack of deep fried spread, they're such a tasty treat. You know when you eat spread crisp.
Hazel should get you sorted right quick, assuming she has the parts. She's right between the barracks and the main gate. Can't miss her. You want to see the quartermaster. She's right next to the gate you entered through. Under the marshal's office, she'll only be able to sell you our surplus, but you might find some of it useful.
Boardroom to the bottom rung. This is wireless-free Arcadia, official frequency of Auntie's Choice.
At Auntie's Choice, we think there is no freedom without freedom of choice. And you need all 10.
What brings you to this fine establishment?
Caught a piece of shrapnel during the attack. What about you?
Zeranium poisoning. Only a mild case, but the doctors are withholding treatment to study my symptoms. Stay true, outsider.
Canned salt tuna fillets.
Be free, everyone!
Be free with Auntie's Choice.
And now, back to it. I consider this song a real standout number. Assuming you have taste, you surely will as well.
She's just the best choice.
Oh, a new arrival. Oh, and what's this? You, I dare say, are exhibiting clear signs of Zeranium exposure, stranger.
Fortunately for you, you appear to have a fairly mild case. I imagine you haven't even noticed any symptoms yet. If you'd indulge me, I have a few questions I'd like to ask, for medical posterity, and so on and so forth. I'm afraid I require more information before I can render treatment. That will ensure you get the care you need, and it will only cost your time. First question, can you describe the conditions in which you were exposed to the Zeranium? It's a wonder you're still upright. The emanations outside that building are thick enough to be a death sentence. The marshal's at his wit's end about it. I'd suggest paying a call to our visiting scientist next door. Purportedly, she's devised a device that can block the effects of Zeranium gas. All right, next question. How are you feeling? For instance, do your bones seem noticeably softer somehow? Have you observed any sterility on your way in? Or aching in your thyroid or spleen? Well, good for you. Keeping a positive attitude can often aid your recovery. I wish more of my patients shared your optimistic disposition. As promised, you're due a round of advanced Zeranium therapy of the highest possible quality. Apologies for any severe discomfort you may have experienced in the interim. There, that should do it. Do stop back in if you suffer additional exposure. I would love, be pleased to act as your consulting physician again, should the need arise. Oh, gladly. I've rather dedicated my life to researching its unique form of matter. What would you like to know? Zeranium is a crystal. Even in its raw form, it generates energy. But once refined and stored in a quasi-gaseous state, its output increases exponentially. Zeranium is found in a liquid state as well, but it's far too hazardous and inefficient for our needs. Refined Zeranium is used to power nearly all major Protectorate technology. It's an amazingly efficient power source. However, it's also highly unstable and must be mined exceedingly carefully. Even minor bumps or jolts can cause Zeranium crystals to explode. Zeranium in its default crystalline state poses two risks. First, it's extremely volatile, exploding with an immense burst of energy if upset in any way. Second, Zeranium crystals produce a small amount of gas, which we think helps stabilize its crystalline lattice, but that's just a theory. In this gaseous state, Zeranium is quite hazardous, breaking down organic matter through a mechanism we still don't quite understand. The concentration of the gas is a critical factor. A person could remain in a light haze for several minutes, whereas a dense cloud can kill near instantly. Anyhow, I could talk about this all day if I let myself. Hope I haven't bored you unduly. Was there anything else I could help you with? Total avoidance is best, but try to get out of the Zeranium as quickly as you can if exposure becomes necessary. Come to think of it, there may be some exciting new breakthroughs in the near future. Our visiting scientist next door is working on a device that shields the user from Zeranium's effects, though she was having a spot of trouble last I heard. Don't have much to spare, but you're free to have a look.
Eden, where the skilled and imaginative may rise. Why settle when you can thrive? Auntie's Choice is all about choice. From 15 different kinds of fresh from frozen meats, to canned animals, vegetables, and minerals, to vodka in every color of the rainbow, and then some. Auntie works hard to make sure you have more variety than you could ever want or hope to want. You deserve that choice. You deserve Auntie's choice. Okay, back to business. This is one of my favorites, though admittedly I'm far from discerning.
Wireless Free Arcadia presents our top requested marketing melody, Borst Rockets by the Herschel Sisters.
Borst Rockets. Borst Rockets. Put a rocket in your pocket and launch your lunch today. When you miss the cough or chow, but you want to eat something now, you're go for lunch with
Oh yes, I adore interruptions. I was just saying, what's best for stoking the spark of invention? Regular disruptions to one's train of thought. Now what is it you want?
Borst Rockets. Borst Rockets. Borst Rockets. Put a rocket in your pocket and
I might recommend the local quartermaster. It's their job to track and distribute this facility's supplies after all. Oh, we'll get to that presently. Now tell me, are you familiar with Zeranium gas? One and the same. That building took the brunt of the damage during a recent attack, and now it's spewing valuable Zeranium all over the place. I could speak at length about Zeranium's many captivating intrinsic qualities, but suffice it to say, in its gaseous state, it's rather deadly. So what am I endeavoring to create? A protective device that shields its wearer from Zeranium's remarkably unsavory effects, as well as other forms of harm. Quite splendidly, if I do say so myself. The principal function of the device is confirmed operational. I merely need to work out some minor implementation concerns. Alas, while I'm occupied with inventing this shield gadget, I also find myself in need of assistance regarding its key components. Good, good, wonderful. As an added incentive, I'll allow you to keep one of the prototypes once the work is finished, so you be sure to give it your all. Now here, you'll need this apparatus. It's for collecting stray Zeranium effluvium. Gas, that is. My supply is running low from all the iterative testing I've been performing. Merely activate the device once it's inside a Zeranium cloud, the one around the main hangar specifically. Try to avoid any fields of dense Zeranium, or death is all but assured. Any questions?
on a moon with no hope of rescue soon. You can save the day with Borst.
Normally, yes, but on the off chance that environmental exposure has altered the gas here in any way, I'll want to work with local samples. Ideally, the resulting shielding will protect against any gas, but since it's of utmost importance that it work on the gas here, I'll be calibrating against that.
Borst Rockets.
Well, of course, obviously. To that end, I'd suggest choosing a cloud of lesser density for your collection efforts. Lower chance of near-instant death that way. If you suffer prolonged exposure, assuming you survive, see our local medical officer next door. She is highly preoccupied by the treatment of Zeranium-related maladies. I believe that covers all the necessary education for this particular assignment. Oh, so exhilarating to have a new subordinate. I look forward to thoroughly scrutinizing your work. Now, shoo-shoo! Off with you now! Gather those samples! Shoo!
Under only one circumstance will Wireless Free Arcadia report hearsay. If it makes the competition look bad. So now, hear this juicy rumor from Protectorate territory. Frontline scuttlebutt has it the Sovereign is missing in action. He's supposedly their great thought leader, yet he has disappeared from public view, seen in neither moon nor station. What's the story here? We see Auntie all the live.
Outer chassis sealant test number 14 is confirmed a failure. Zeranium exposure rate appears to be unaffected. Test model displayed standard overload-induced paralysis, then became atypically aggressive. Forced to terminate test model in self-defense.
Totalitarian operation. The Sentinels, their secret police, reportedly answered to him. Makes you wonder if the console is really running the show. Who knows? We have all the jigsaw pieces, but no puzzle. When we do suss out the real story, you will be the first to know. Now, on to other things. Alrighty then, it's well past time for more merry melodies.
Not sure we should get any closer.
That's you and there's no doubt. That's good. Can keep you down and out. We say sweet success can be the best revenge. Raise your spirits high with liquid confidence. You know you're shooting to the top. You show that you cannot be stopped. So take your shot, don't blow it. Throw back a shot and throw it. Gee whiz, that's your whiskey.
My little minion. I trust you've made progress in your tasks? What did I tell you? Perfectly safe. Either that or you tolerate Zeranium poisoning like a champ. Good for you. Should you suffer from any lingering symptoms of contamination, visit the medical center and they'll get you squared away. Now, on to business. The device already generates a field exactly as specified, albeit on a very small scale. Still, progress is progress. What's needed now is something to help extend and shape the field around the user. An invention that works on paper is half the work. The other half is simply a matter of sourcing materials and capable help. I require a component called a catalytic amplifier. You'll be pleased to learn there's one right here at the facility, in the Dragoon that's patrolling just outside. Catalytic amplifiers are a somewhat outdated technology, available only in older model Dragoons. Unfortunately for me, our chief mechanist, Woodrow, wasn't enthusiastic about my proposal to gild his only combat automech. So you may have trouble getting your hands on the catalytic amplifier.
They have everything you need in one place. Next up, something reasonably peppy.
Dragoons are a mainstay of our military. The design has been in production for decades. I had a model of one when I was young. All children did. You must have seen the large automech patrolling the interior grounds. That is the Dragoon. I'm sure he's just being cautious. Should Auntie's choice attack us, we don't want to be caught defenseless. No doubt he also seeks to retain an unspoiled automech, since the others are by now riddled with Zeranium poisoning. Good. A flexible mindset should behoove you on this task. Perhaps the chief mechanist will prove more receptive to your request. Failing that, be prepared to exercise creativity if needed. One last thing. The Dragoon must not be harmed. Not only would the amplifier likely be damaged, but we'd both be summarily executed, assuming we survive the firefight that ensued. Well, off you go. Shoo.
Chronic itch, inflammation, night sweats, flatulation, lumbago, mild days, scrumpox, general malaise, imbalanced humors, dyspepsia. Oh, and one more thing. Insomnia.
Yes? She and I have been over this 100 times. Please understand, the original staff of this facility were rounded up and refreshed because they couldn't safeguard a protectorate asset. Why should I follow their example by reducing our sole working dragoon to a pile of unpatriotic scrap? I can't. I won't. Be gone already. I wish I could help, but you'll just have to find another way.
With sweet dreams, you're gonna be unconscious via any means.
If you need something, kindly make it quick. I thought I made my position clear. I cannot abide any effort to weaken the security of this facility. Take your problems elsewhere. If you're really so desperate, you can track down our second dragoon. Damn thing wandered up the coast and hasn't been seen since. I'd have sent someone to retrieve it myself, but dragoons are stubborn when their instructions are unclear. Good hunting. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's work to be done.
Your co-worker rivals get sleepy after consuming a full midday meal.
Not me. I stay hungry.
Auntie's Choice Stay Hungry Meal Pack. Whoever said humanity can't exist on bread and water never met you. Auntie's Choice Stay Hungry Meal Pack, featuring our finest pre-sliced bread and dehydrated water tablets. Specially designed to be eaten alone at your desk.
The bare minimum you need to make it through your day.
Show your supervisor you stay hungry.
Yes, well, enough of that, I suppose.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the one wireless station in Arcadia that doesn't tell you what to think, only what to buy.
Are you stuck on the ground? Impact a colon got you down. Well, trust Auntie's chemical purge is for better than natural cures. Oh, lift off, fly free. No longer does my packed intestine dictate where I have to be. Oh, lift off, take wing. Don't flounder at the bottom. Be a raptor in the slipstream. Don't be in a rut, 'cause stuff is stuck in your gut. Auntie brings you the pill that fixes all your ill. Oh,
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say which.
no longer does my packed intestine dictate where I have to be.
Hey, got a distraction for you. You thought I couldn't hit the broadside of a freighter.
Are you stuck on the ground? Impact a colon got you down. Well, trust Auntie's chemical purge. Far better than natural cures. Oh, lift off, fly free. No longer does my packed intestine dictate where I have to be. Oh, lift off, take wing. Don't flounder at the bottom. Be a raptor in the slip.
Stream sponsored content that will boost you to the top rung, plus all the news that's fit for listening. This is Wireless Free Arcadia.
Auntie Cleo here to address all the hubbub over these rifts. Arcadia's yaysayers and eggheads would have us think these cosmic light shows herald the end of the worlds. Poppycock! Rifts present an opportunity, not a calamity. Once someone irons out their reality-rending downside, we'll be left with nothing but upside. I have full confidence that our lab coats in experimental operations will innovate a profitable use for them. Rifts could be leveraged in negotiations or to gatekeep trade routes. Think of the R&D potential. Seriously, think of it. That's your job, VPs. Auntie's job is to keep you motivated. The threat of extinction is the mother of invention, after all.
Now, on to other things.
Well,
This is for anyone.
any closer to obtaining the catalytic amplifier?
Keep your chin up. Next time.
Oh, superb! I'm almost tempted to ask how you managed it. But pressing on, just a moment to remove what I need and install it in the prototype. With this gadget, you'll be shielded against more than Zeranium, you know. Damn near everything, as long as it's charged. Now, report to Marshal Donaldson, if you please. He's rather impatient to end this crisis so he can turn his focus back to the war. You do that. Anything to keep him off my back for an hour.
That I save is intended for you. Although the cost may be high, one day I know you'll be mine. Someday perhaps I'll own two. For now I'll take one that's brand new, 'cause I'm yearning and yearning for you.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here? There's nothing I wouldn't do.
I've been yearning and yearning for all of you.
That popular favorite was requested by Carlson Fidel, thinking of their family in Halcyon. Let's hope our war of liberation brings the brave employees of said colony the products they need to survive in time. This one goes out to all those aspiring to climb the rungs of their department. May you ascend swiftly, through talent or guile.
Crab witch, a sandwich made from crab will make a mighty fine treat. Crab witch, it's the sandwich you want to eat. A crabble sandwich is so easy to eat, but only once our chemistricians process the meat to turn a bottom feeder into instant lunch. It's quite the branding feat. So grab a crabble 'cause it can be neat. Best of all, this tasty flesh is deemed safe to eat. Crabble can be more than just a solvent-based glue.
Greetings, potential customer. State your business. This unit was engineered to facilitate management of supply inventory at this installation.
Oh, this is surely exciting. Someone is finally trying out my automechanical quartermaster. Show them what you got, quartermech.
Command not understood.
Huh. I thought that would have put it into sales mode. Best look into that later. Please, give it a try yourself.
All wares should be perfectly visible already.
Sorry, it tends to take things too literally. Maybe try phrasing the request differently.
Lull detected. Conversational status uncomfortable. Current inventory indicates 0 copies of item designated stuff. Transaction halted.
I see. It's mislabeling stuff as a specific request. I'll have to add additional linguistic support for collective nouns. Look, for now, just use the phrase initiate commerce. It's what I used during the initial testing.
Initiating commerce.
Dead soon. Don't try to make your own crabble repast. Trust me when I say that it'll be your last. So leave first crabble to your favorite aunt. It's better once it's passed through her industrial plant. Wild crabble's fine for you can't. If you heard you can't eat 'em, yup, it's true you can't. Crab witch, consume at your own risk. Crab witch, it tastes almost decent. Crab witch, it's the sandwich you want to eat. She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's choice.
Amplified across the rings of Elysium, from the boardroom to the bottom rung, this is Wireless Free Arcadia, official frequency of Auntie's Choice.
There are so many reasons to shop for Auntie's Choice products. We have a wide range of goods for every budget, from the most extravagant to the most bit-minded of customers. We have food and drink for every tasty meal you can imagine, plus a few more that you can't imagine, but that we can sell you recipes for. We are also the only retailers for parasite-free purple berries.
The term parasite-free indicates the fact that any kind of parasite found in an Auntie's Choice product is provided free of charge and is not the property of Auntie's Choice or its subsidiary companies, and the eating of said parasite absolves Auntie's Choice of any legal responsibility in perpetuity throughout the galaxy. Now, upward and onward. Now, here's a song to take your mind off your worries. Unless you're being hunted by a pack of raptidons or some such.
Oh, I am the uncomplicated loner, and my terms are quite straightforward. Yes, I uncomplicated loner, and my rates are never lower. If there's a cost you can't complete, or your ends just won't quite meet, I can lend you all the bits you'll ever need. But the loan that you request includes compound interest, in addition to my standard service fees. Oh, I am the uncomplicated loner. And my rates are never lower.
Oh, I am known through all Arcadia as the uncomplicated loner. And my dear, you know my terms. They are really quite straightforward. Oh yes, everybody knows that I am indeed the uncomplicated loner.
See you soon, I hope.
And to keep things simple, you can be sure that my rates will never, no, they'll never, ever.
If there's a cost you can't complete, or your ends just won't quite meet, I can lend you.
Welcome. Glad to have you back.
Ambient Zeranium levels are higher than average, but within acceptable ranges. State your business. Initiating commerce.
Service fees. Oh, I am the uncomplicated loner. Uncomplicated loner. And my terms
Oh, unfamiliar clientele. I was just lamenting the lack of new faces around here since supplies stopped arriving. And then you walk in. Name's Hazel. I'm sort of the acting quartermaster around these parts. You need any supplies, talk to my friend the quartermech here. Passed during the attack. Got his face melted clean off by this weird goo. And he was one of the lucky ones. Excuse the mess, by the way. Auntie gave us a pummeling a few weeks back. The old wardens paid the price. Where their courage faltered, a little mental refreshment should do just the trick.
And the latest from the front lines, sponsored by Auntie's Choice.
That's what I always say. Why overcomplicate perfection? Now what'll it be? You'd think that a fully stocked auto-mechanical repair center would have automech parts, and 9 times out of 10 you'd be spot on. Trouble is, a bunch of supplies went missing recently, right around the time the quartermech completed a routine inventory. You're not implying the quartermech is somehow responsible, are you? I'd hate for the big guy to get in trouble. The quartermech is my responsibility. Claim whatever parts you require from the missing supplies, and we'll call the matter settled. Delphinia's lab would be the place to search. We use it for storage, and our records indicate the supplies were present and accounted for.
Standard Earth Directorate protocol calls for a thorough grid search of the premises, Commander. Those parts are bound to turn up somewhere.
Are you acquainted with Delphinia? She's a scientist on loan from the Vox Relay, helping with the Zeranium leak and all. Delphinia? No. I doubt she stole what I would have given her freely. Best of luck in your search. Let me know if I can be of assistance.
Way down in the mine, some sugar little smoke. Forgot the hatch was closed. The blast knocked off the miner's clock, but exposed the mother lode. Accidents happen, it's part of the job. Hats off to our workers who lose parts on the job. Progress costs an arm, a leg, or sometimes even more. But that's what your auto doc discounts for. Not so long ago, on a tidally locked moon, some greenhorn tripped a valve in a chemical plant gloom.
My erstwhile assistant returns. To what do I owe the pleasure?
He didn't survive, but now we've got instant boards.
Now that you mention it, there was one particularly insistent little mech who kept trying to put all manner of bric-a-brac in here. After several firm remonstrations, I told it the interior of this building is off limits while I am working here. Didn't see that peculiar little scamp again after that. Until a more convenient date and time.
One recent fiscal year to kick workers into gear. Auntie asked for a new stint that keeps minds crystal clear. Test subjects worked all day, but they shit out all their gray. Presenting lift-off laxative, hooray! Bombs away! Accidents happen, it's part of the job. Hats off to our workers who lose parts on the job. Progress costs an arm, a leg, sometimes even more. But that's what your auto doc discounts for. Accidents happen, it's part of the job. Hats off to our workers who lose parts on the job. Management regrets your loss, but hey, that's a win. Sometimes getting ahead means giving up a limb. Sometimes getting ahead means giving up a limb. Sometimes getting ahead means giving up a limb.
She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's choice.
Broadcasting only the most profitable news, music, and honest product endorsements, this is Wireless Free Arcadia, the voice of Auntie's Choice. And this month's winner of Auntie's Jingle Contest TM is Factory Technician 3rd Class Janie Thirunadu Karasar, who submitted the following audio recording.
I love Auntie, yes I do. Her hair looks real, like a real hairdo. I love Auntie, so do you. Let's buy Sisty Bits, covered in goo.
Congratulations, Janie. You and your family win a full year's supply of Borst Pockets for one low price. And now, back to it. Now for something a little different, tonally, if not thematically.
Hey, you there! Need a smoke that distinguishes you from the average oaf? Well, look no further.
Wow, that's large!
It's the only cigar that says I'm in charge. It's an Uncle Wentworth Belvedere Stout. When they see me coming, they shout. Look out! Perchance a glance at me with these, they know that I'm a VIP. It's a Wentworth Stout, and it says with pride that I'm a #1 top bonafide. In any crowd, I'm sure to stand out with an Uncle Wentworth Belvedere Stout.
Gray gone astray? Book a stay today.